Why do you want to join Toastmasters? Why do I want to join Toastmasters? Why do we want to join Toastmasters? Well, we already know the answer. It's because we want to gain those three skills, those three benefits. What are they? It's building confidence, communication skills, and leadership skills. But we often find that without defining what these skills and benefits are for ourselves, we tend to uh, lose track of it. And once we join Toastmasters, we don't continue with it. It's easy to give up because we haven't defined where our signposts are in this journey to build up these skills. So let me explain what these three skills will mean for me and just going to clarify what they look like. All right, so first one is building confidence. We all know what a confident person looks like. But yeah, do you think you're a confident person? What does it mean? Well, people say, just be yourself, just when you're up there in the Toastmasters in front of many people that you haven't met before, you freeze. But then, just be yourself and you'll naturally show who you are to these people. And that is partly right. So, in our day-to-day lives, we come across challenges and difficult situations, and we try to solve it. And that process, that way of being, really defines who we are and really helps us find meaning in our lives. So there's this two different way of living. One is the life of having. People find meaning by having, by getting things and buying things and possessing things. They think that will give them meaning. But more often than not, it is only temporary. What is truly meaningful is to choose the life of being and becoming. That way, when you're faced with difficult situations, you overcome those challenges and then you learn who you are. So traditionally, this has been the area of religious experience where people want to find out who they are. Like an alchemist, they go on a journey, but also they find that they're looking for something that's bigger than themselves. So not saying that we all need to have religious experience as an end goal of joining Toastmasters, but maybe continually learning and reflecting on what gives meaning in our lives is a good sign that you're on the right path. Secondly, communication skills. It's an skill that everybody wants. We all want to communicate better with people around us, but do we apply those skills once we've learned about it? Now, let me give you an example of where I could be applying those communication skills. Well, it's none other than my workplace. So imagine you have someone and you need to have this difficult conversation with that person, right? We often tend to shy away from it. So instead of doing that, we confront it and we have that conversation. And this may involve being assertive, having that mixture of, let's say, 80% aggressiveness and 20% friendliness. And you learn that, this is not all pleasurable or not all painful, but the pain is definitely there. That is the reality of having this hard conversation. So why do we need to have this hard conversation? Well, it will help us to develop grit. Grit is that tenacity to continue this deliberate practice for a purpose to benefit others. And this benefit comes out as a more collaborative effort at the workplace. So it definitely has a certain outcome that you can look for in developing communication skills. So it's just a reality that even within our brain, the structure of the brain is that we have a left brain and a right brain, and the two sides of the brain are continually trying to communicate to each other, but sometimes it gets blocked, and that's why communication is such a difficult thing to master. But just knowing, acknowledging that difficulty would help you continue to go on this path of developing this skill. And finally, the skill of leadership. So, not everybody wants to be a leader, not everyone's a born leader, but we all manage ourselves, we all lead ourselves. So, in that sense, we need to play what's called an infinite game, where there's no winners or losers, there's no fixed time frame, it is infinite. And what that means is we need to set a long-term vision for ourselves, and that will help us to manage ourselves. Now, just managing ourselves is not enough, okay? We need to make sure that we live the democratic values because we live in a democratic society. We need to engage with people outside and come together in an open and shared environment, basically to solve problems. We need to take the ownership. We need to self-govern to live the democratic ideals. So by coming together in solidarity, by promoting anything that promotes community spirit, such as joining Toastmasters program or opening up a Toastmasters club if there aren't any, you are developing a key leadership skill. So that's what it would look like. All these three skills, I've explained what it would mean, what it means for me, how it's defined for me, and what it looks like once I've achieved it. And that will continue to motivate me because I'll be achieving these targets of building confidence, of communication skill, and leadership skills. So that is the journey I'll be having. Cheers.